Alright, so we're down here at Chris's place to pull this camera off the bridge. I'm gonna mic up. There's a mill down the road and it's running. Pretty rough on audio. Always in the background. So I'm gonna mic up with these DJI mics are just super nice and easy. If you're tech challenged like me, they're real nice. I'm gonna mic up and go grab the camera. I ought to ride the four-wheeler down there, but I just don't want to. I want to walk, but I'll probably regret it. We might run into some wildlife if we walk. We might not. But we won't if we ride the four-wheeler. I've got to carry a video camera and a tripod. And I had to climb this tree. There was a limb, a snag I stood on to hang this camera. And it actually broke while I was hanging. It was so cold that morning. We hunted before. And then, anyway, it was cold and I hung the camera. I was mic'd up there and I've got audio of me falling in the creek. I was talking to Chris on the phone. It was pretty funny. He was telling me a story about a cat peeing in a laundry hamper. And he had no idea that I'd fell in the creek while he was talking. Guess it's a good thing I didn't drown, because he'd have been on the phone with me. I hate to traumatize him like that, you know. Always looking out for the other guy. So anyway, mic'd up. Gonna run down here and grab a camera. Maybe we'll run into something on the way. Let's go. So anyway, I'm headed in to get this camera. It's in a cool spot. This is the bridge camera. I've got some cool pictures on it lately. I'll pop some of them up. Right there. I got a big tom yesterday crossing the bridge. To me, it's really cool to set a bridge camera. I mean, you get human traffic a lot, but it's cool to see wildlife use a bridge. There's another deer down there. But yeah, to me, it's really cool to see animals, see wildlife using a bridge. They're pretty sharp. They're like us. They're going to take the path of least resistance. It's a pretty morning. It's just a set of bridges. That's why I hung the camera. Pretty good creeks. And you know wildlife are using these bridges. So much easier to cross. So I put a camera on. And I hope I can get to this camera. It wasn't easy to hang. I may regret this, but if it goes off smooth, good. If I fall in the creek, okay. But right here, that's what broke when I hung it. Right there. Threw me in the creek, and it's this gumbo mud. So it's slick already. It shouldn't be bad. I made this little bracket for these cameras. I'll show you. Makes this a little easier. So a lag bolt, an eye bolt with a lag, and then bolt another eye bolt to it that'll screw in the camera. Easy peasy. So this is the bracket that I use on the camera. It's got a lag eye bolt, and then another eye bolt It's threaded. Really need to use a wing nut. So the next ones I make will have a wing nut so you can adjust them on the tree. These cameras have a tripod. Threaded hole right there. So you can put this in the tree, tap it in, then screw it in where you want it. And just screw your camera down on top of it. Very easy. And you can put it anywhere. With a wing nut, you can loosen this up and adjust your angle. After the fact, I figured that out. So I'm moving this camera. That's the whole point of this mission. This is a Spy Point micro. Knock on wood, this one's been all right. I've had several Spy Points that were not, but this one has worked very well. I think it's like any other brand. Some are gonna do well for you and some won't. So I'm not gonna run Spy Point down the road. I like the Reveal Tacticams, I use them a lot. Not sponsored by any one trail camera, but like everything else, it's a hodgepodge in my world. All right, well, I'm here at the spot where I'm moving the camera to. I'm gonna go in and hang the camera first before I look for my knife. I'm gonna get the camera hung and then bust the metal detector out. See if I can find my Benchmade from last year. I'm gonna put the camera near a feeder. This is very early February. I'm just wanting to get proof of life and get photos of turkeys. Not gonna be hunting them over feed, but this early I just want to see if they're here. So a little corn will help. This will be fun. Turned it off. Time 8:47. Clock's still right. All right, so this is the tree I want to put the camera on, but I'm gonna use my homemade bracket. And again, a wing nut would be good. I didn't stop at Lowe's, but I've got to go after this. I'm gonna grab the stuff to make a few more of these. I'm gonna put a wing nut on them so you can adjust it in the field. And also, this is a super hard oak tree. Might as well be concrete. So before I picked up the camera, I tapped this thing in just a little bit to start the hole with my machete handle. A gum or a pine or a soft tree, it'll go right in, but sometimes with the oak, you got to give it a little help. It doesn't take much. And then if I had a wing nut, the next ones will have a wing nut right here, so I can loosen this and I can change the tilt of this. This one I really can't. Anyway. Camera. Right there. And so you'll run out of threads. That's only so deep, so I'll back it up where you want it and then run the nut up there against it. And I usually back the camera up a little further than I want it and then turn it back down into the nut and hold it pretty good. And that's that.